Neil deGrasse Tyson has been like doing
obnoxious,
doing the circuit, and he's been like staunchly defending men and women's sports. And his entire argument is literally,
wait, he's actually doing that?
Yes, he's like doing the circuit saying that men should be allowed in women's sports and we shouldn't separate by gender. We should separate by testosterone levels.
Yeah,
and
he says that this is segregation. Like it's,
yeah,
it is the only form of legal segregation that still remains. And you're like,
well, yeah, because women can't. Women are great, love them, great. Yeah. Guess what? At the pinnacle of chess, not an athletic sport. Period. Just brain. Guess what? Never happens. That it is. What is it? There are more females at a higher level, but just more, but not to the fringes. So that's where you have the peak of males on that going above and beyond. There's more males in that, but on average, you will have there's more average, more intelligent women. But for the peaks, now you have a difference of
Richard's confused. Eli's doing
a conversation where he said every other word, thinking that I knew what the other words were. And
okay, here, I'll break it down. Wait, sorry.
Reset it. I got it.
Eli's on one end and there's women in the middle. And
I'm like, I see the graph in my head. In my head, I'm like, oh, it's in my head. Here, this is how it's presented.
Eli's talking about the bell curve, and what he's trying to say is, generally speaking, in most things, men occupy the extremes and women occupy the averages. Boom. The average woman's intelligence is higher than the average man's. Yes. There's more men that are fucking idiots, but there's also more men that are fucking geniuses. Men typically occupy extremes more than women.
See, and I'm on the left side, and that's why Nick has a successful history show, because he's on the right side.
I'm retarded.
I don't know. I feel like Eli's right. I think he's pretty far on the left one, after that first description that was twice as long as yours. And
way more confusing.
But Neil was doing another interview, and his argument literally he gets to the point in the conversation where his argument turns into, why do you care? And the dude just goes, Neil, you built your entire career on being a scientist, asking questions about shit for the sake of asking questions about shit because you want to know the answer. And you're just asking me why I care. You should be ashamed of yourself. Just fucking obliterated him.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd love to see that.
So good.
I'd love to see that.
Oh,
send me that video.
I'll try to find it. It was so good.
He's such a fucking arrogant cock.
He really is.
He dude, I get it. You're very intelligent in astronomy, whatever made up bullshit. I don't give a fuck. He's a Taurus. I'm a Libra. It doesn't affect my fucking life. But he whines about it. You remember in Good Will Hunting, the math teacher who tries to train William Hunting, and he's sitting outside of one of Will's classes, and it's the one where Will walks out of the therapy session because he doesn't want to do therapy with one of these weirdos that this guy hooks him up with. And the mathematician is outside waiting for Will to come out. And he's waxing and winging on about a good mathematical equation is a lot like sex. That scene where he's talking to teenage college people. And because they're so naive and don't know fucking anything, they're falling for his garbage. That is what Neil deGrasse Tyson has become. He's this pompous idiot who's just turned into cringe about the universe, we're all carbon, it's everywhere. Carbon's everywhere, right? So if we're all made of carbon, we're all interconnected, aren't we? We're all connected. Yeah, and you know what? An all living thing's shit, Neil. So should I rub the shit on it? The shit is carbon? Maybe we're all shit, Neil. Is that what you're saying? Shut the fuck up. God. He's so fucking arrogant.
I used to like him back in, this is like 2012 to 2016.
Yeah, before he talked so much.
Yeah, he just focused on astronomy and it was amazing. Also, hilarious. I'm just reading. It's like, why can't you just say this is not scientific and Scientific America should do better? Bill Maher, Maher, how do you say it?
Bill Maher?
Whatever.
Bill Maher.
Maher, yeah.
Yeah, Bill Maher's the one.
Wait, Bill Maher said this to him?
Bill Maher.
Yeah, Bill
shit
Maher
on him.
is the one that shit on Tyson again. Dodges the question, claiming women may have an advantage over men in long distance swimming. Well, I'm going to file you under part of the problem, Maher said. Maher pressed Tyson again on the overtime, and then Tyson says, "Science matters in this." And Maher said, "Of course it does. Sometimes you don't sound that way, and that's what worries me, Tyson." Maher, you're the guy who doesn't understand why the WNBA team can't beat the Los Angeles Lakers. You're supposed to be the scientific, and you couldn't even admit that. That's how he ended that entire conversation. It's like, you're fucking retarded, dude. Like, back in the day, 2010 to 2016, when he's just focused on astronomy, great. And then, as you said, he just kept talking and talking and talking.
And it's not even that he just keeps talking, right? Like Joe Rogan doesn't shut the fuck up. He's been talking for over a decade. But you know what he's not doing every time? He's not looking at the person across from him every interview and acting like he knows more than him. And then,
It's because everything you say, you're wrong, and he's going to explain why in a condescending like. I think I brought it up on Unsub to you, but like he has another interview where somebody is like, Google Maps is better than Apple Maps. And he goes, really? Why do you say that? And then goes on a tangent on why Apple Maps is better, which literally nobody on the planet believes.
No. Dude. He fell from grace. And he was a really good teacher when he was actually just focused on astronomy. Like, it was fun to learn about astrophysics watching his videos. And then it just went into like this shit where you can't understand. Hey, guess what? Video games, sports, or anything like that. And it's nothing to knock on women. It is just, hey, this is just something that's never going to happen. You have Olympian level females will lose to high school level males at just high school level top performing athletes. Not Olympian level, just high school level males will be Olympian females.
Hell yeah, USA, USA,
Yes.
USA.
Didn't Portnoy bet the WNBA they could run any WNBA team against a high school state champion basketball team of his choosing, and he bet $1 million to like every women's player if they won, and they wouldn't do it?
No shit, they wouldn't do it. Have you seen some of the high school all-stars in basketball?
Oh,
they're crazy.
fucking monsters.
Well, then the women's national soccer team lost to a high school boys team, like a JV high school boys team.
Yep.
There was one where like it was the women's team against like a men's team as well. Like it was, I think it was like USA women's versus like USA men's, or like some sort of actual men's league, and the men crushed them like 12-0. And when I say crush them, I mean like they were walking in goals and just like puttering around. Like they weren't like juking the shit out of their the female competition like they were other men that they would played against in highlight reels. Like it was like you slowed it down to half speed, and they were like doot, 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 and it's in. Heel toe change, kick, good. There was like no rush or urgency. I don't even know if they got it out of their own zone.
Well, it's like the Serena and Venus Williams, when they did the German tennis players, when they were at their peak, they were saying it's like, hey, we can beat any male or whatever. Like we could beat a top ranked. And then the ranked 203rd male in tennis beat both of them.
Yeah, it was like 40 love, wasn't it?
In Serena Williams' defense, I don't believe she said that, because she played the guy and the guy beat her 6-1, 6-0. But there was that interview where some like it was a women's talk show like The View or some shit, and she's
Yeah.
like, well, how come you keep saying she's the best female tennis player of all time? Why isn't she just the best tennis player? And the guy's like, well, because she's not.
That was
And
Bobby.
then she like disagreed, and then Serena Williams chimed in later and was like, yeah, no, a top ranked male would crush me. They're faster. It's not realistic
Genetics,
at all. Like,
Who's the bad guy at tennis? The bad boy at tennis? It's Bobby something.
I have no fucking idea. I know the bad boy of golf because I really
little-
want to get him on unsub.
Curly hair.
I just know what
Daily?
he looks like.
Daily. I want him on unsub so bad. He's so fucking funny.
Dude just gets shit racked and then
The dude
golfs.
beat Tiger Woods hungover while drinking.
Oh,
It's hilarious.
He is unsub. He is literally
McEnroe.
unsub.
Oh, the tennis guy?
McEnroe was on like MSNBC in the morning, and he says she's the best woman player, and then that's when one of the female anchors was just like, "Why don't you say best tennis player ever?" Because she is. He's like, "Listen, she's great, but like she can't keep up with some of the guys that are there. The men are, they're just better skilled at the game. It is what it is." And they were like kind of insulted for a little bit, and McEnroe got in like kind of hot water for like a day or two, and then never walked it back. Was just like, no, listen, that's the way that it is. And then Serena came out and like defended it. They were like, "Oh, did you hear what McEnroe said about you? Can you fucking believe it?" And she was like, yeah, I can. Because it would happen. And, and everybody just kind of shut up about it. I see it surface on the internet every once in a while. It's like one of those weird.
I will
Instagram
say, I am mad I never got to see Ronda Rousey do an MMA match with Floyd Mayweather. I was really hoping that one would happen.
Dude, he punches so fast, and all he's got to do is try to defend the takedown.
Ronda,
I mean, it could have happened. Yeah, all she's going to do is get him on the ground.
I know. But that's my point is like, she's like, I bet I could beat him. She's like, don't get me wrong. I'm literally going to run at him like a gorilla on all fours and grab his legs and drag him to the ground.
Yeah.
Which at that point, it might work.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. If Ronda Rousey ever tried to choke me out, I'd let her. God, I'm just imagining it now. Her on all fours, crawling at me with that twinkle in her eye, knowing that she's going to make me go unconscious.
See, you have crawling. I have her like running like a tiger, like two hands in front and then the legs going, like pouncing on
I would
you.
let her get me in an arm bar. You know what I'm saying?
Did you watch?
When I was in high school, they had fucking James Toney versus Randy Couture, the MMA fight. James Toney was like the former heavyweight boxing champ. And I had to argue, and I was like, was coaching jujitsu at the time, but it was like the gym had a really big boxing program, and then I had a jujitsu program at this gym. And all these just hardcore old boxing coaches are telling me I have no idea what I'm talking about. This Randy Couture guy cannot beat James Toney. He's an elite level boxer, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, he's just going to take him down and beat the fuck out of him or choke him out. And they're like, he's been trained in takedown defense for 6 months. I'm like, Randy Couture has been wrestling his whole life. And I was like, let me ask you this. If I boxed for 6 months, do you think I could outbox Floyd Mayweather or any other pro? And they're like, no, that's ridiculous. I go, then why do you think it works with wrestling, you fucking idiot? Right. Like, sure enough, Randy Couture walks out, ankle pick, chokes him unconscious immediately. It's like,
who's the Iceman? What's the fucking Iceman?
Chuck Liddell.
Chuck. So one of my favorite things with Chuck Liddell when he was like, not even like when he was at his best and like fighting Randy, back and forth in the UFC, was when he was like his highlight reels of like coming up through the different like octagons and the smaller venues until he got to UFC. And he's like at the time, the best dirty boxer ever. He would get guys against the fence and just start knocking people out. Elbows, punches, one of the best dirty boxers ever. Maybe ever during that time. He might have been the best dirty boxer period of all time during that time. And even going up against like guys who had stand-up games and were boxing their entire lives, him getting close and pushing them against the shit and then just rocking boxers was awesome.